Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Krista Wetmore, and you're watching the Money Mindset Show. And today I thought I would talk about financial literacy and a little bit more information about myself, as well as what intrigued me about this type of platform as well. So I've obviously been in the financial industry for a long time, so more than 25 years. And through that period of time, one of the things I've been passionate about is educating people as far as finances. And one of the things I've learned throughout the years is literacy has always been very important to me. And I recently had a conversation with the Literacy Coalition in this province, and just again gained a little bit more insight into what they do and who they are. And over the years, literacy. I'm an avid reader, so is my husband, and through a lot of the books that I've read and people that I've met, I realized that literacy is a problem not just in this province but also throughout Canada. But when you take it even a step further, financial literacy is even a bigger issue. And when you step back and think about it, typically finances are not taught in the school system, unfortunately. And a lot of what we've learned throughout our lives has been either from what our parents have taught us, from learning from our friends and peers, colleagues, that sort of thing, and for information that we've read online as well. And if I just look at throughout my long career and the number of courses that I've taken on financial planning, from my financial planning designation, Canadian securities course, mutual fund securities course, compliance courses, small business courses, commercial courses, financial statement courses, and so on and so on and so on. And even recently I enrolled in the CFP designation as well. So that being said, there's a lot of time that I've invested into learning about finances, and one of the things that I found throughout the years in dealing with a lot of people is, again, most people don't know what questions to ask, and I find sometimes people feel perhaps a little bit awkward or even embarrassed to ask questions. But again, it's one of those things when you're kind of looking back at financial literacy, it was not really addressed in this country for a number of years. So back in the I think it was about the mid 1990s, the government came out and did a study and realized that financial literacy is a problem, not just in this country, but also many countries around the world. And again, it stems from we only learn what we were taught by our parents. There was really no structure in place. So what the government had done was set up a government agency called the FCAC, and it is I can never remember the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada, FCAC, that would be right. And one of their mandates is to look and I guess study, what do Canadians understand about finances, and what are the literacy rates when it comes to finance, and what type of steps and action plans can they put in place to improve this. So when I talk about financial literacy, I'm talking about things such as, knowledge. So what are Canadians' knowledge of finances, and do they understand how to build credit and what it means to go in debt, and can they differentiate between good debt and bad debt, as well as how do you save, and do you understand how you can save for retirement and for your future, to buy a house, and so on and so forth. But also understanding, are we able to apply what we've learned into those skills of every day? So are we truly understanding what our actions mean, how we use our money, and is that being used in a proactive way to help us or not? So it's also, the financial literacy is also important because it builds confidence, and that's one of the things I've been passionate about in sharing, because information is knowledge, and knowledge leads to confidence. And again, there's a lot of information out there in the world, be it from friends, neighbors, and relatives, and what you read on the internet, and so on and so forth. But when financial literacy, can you take that information that you've read or learned about and apply it to your personal needs as well? And are you as an individual able to understand and differentiate between good advice and perhaps poor advice? So when we talk about financial literacy, again, it's a fairly large scope. And again, it's something that I've been passionate about. So it was great to see that the Canadian government had put this agency in place, the FCAC, who has been doing a lot of reports and studies. And it's my understanding this year, I think in conjunction or partnership with StatsCan, they're going to be going out back into the public and learning more about, how have we progressed as a country over the last 10 years? What have we learned? How has our financial literacy improved? As well as, are there still areas of concern that we need to look at? So to make a long story short, when Rivers had approached me to do this type of show once a week, and as him and I were chuckling about last week, it took me about 3 seconds to say yes, because I really see this as a great platform for me to be able to share my knowledge with you, as well as provide you with information that you should know if you encounter one of the many different topics that I'm going to be talking about. So I think this is a great platform. Thanks again to Rivers and the other Headspace TV hosts for doing this, because I think it's a great way, again, to educate people and again provide you with some information that you can use to ask the questions that are appropriate for your situation. And again, over the years, I've met with so many individuals who have told me that, I'm very good, I'm very successful, I understand, day-to-day banking, but I don't know what I don't know, and I don't know what questions to ask. And again, that information is very powerful. And I think the school systems, from what I've heard, are trying to do a better job to incorporate some money matters and some basic talks about money into the curriculum a little bit. I'm not sure exactly where that stands, but that would be a great thing, because I think, when we're teaching our children from a young age what the power of money is and how to save and what it means in setting goals and setting goals for yourself is very, very critical and very important. So be able to do that at a young age is definitely changing the direction and empowering them to understand, to truly understand what money is, and help them become more literate in terms of finances. So again, thanks so much for joining me today. But I think this is an absolutely wonderful platform for me to be able to share this information with you. And it was an article that I had read not too long ago. I think it was just out last week, where the Literacy Coalition here in New Brunswick had indicated that children whose parents read to them every day from birth until the time that they go to kindergarten they hear more than, I think it's 1 point, and that's what I just said, I think it's 1.4 million more words than a child whose parents don't read to them. So just think about that for a second, and the power of that language and that learning process and the impact that it has on literacy is really tremendous. And hopefully, if you are parents and you have young children, hopefully you are encouraging them and teaching them a lot about finance as well, and what money matters are important to you and to them, so they can understand that. And that's the whole purpose of my show, is to help educate, to help promote literacy as well. And obviously, you know, I am in business, so hopefully it will generate some business for myself too, but that's not the primary reason I'm doing this. I think it's a very key point to help build the knowledge of folks, not just here in Canada but abroad as well, and to give you knowledge that that you can take and again apply to your own personal situation. So basically, in a nutshell, that's why I'm here every week and talking about different subjects. So again, feel free to let me know if there's something top of mind for you, because I love to be able to share my knowledge and my experience with you. And I look forward to chatting with you again next week. And again, if you have any suggestions for any future shows, please let me know. In the meantime, have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll touch base next week. Bye-bye.